All right, good afternoon. This is a amateuristic yet insightful review of the Load60 with about 7.5 kilometers on there. So there'll be, I don't know, a little bit less, 5K of miles. And Jesus Christ, Rod, I'm busy here. God damn it. What? You want your bloody ball? Here. All right, where was I? Fucking kids. Yes, so I'm gonna expand a bit why this bike is very nice, but the word car replacements is a bit far-fetched. So I would say I really like this bike a lot, but at the same time it has shown a large number of defaults, which probably the engineers in Germany von Riese Müller will say, also, Daniel, es ist doch nicht so schlimm. Well, certain things were kind of annoying, and the sheer fact of the amount of defects and troubles that come out is really, yeah, it's big, it's large, so god damn it, I'll walk you through it. So let's start at the front. What's good is that the wheels are pretty good, the brakes are okay. You need to replace the pads every 1,500 kilometers, and I've not had any troubles with this part. The light switched on here is also pretty good, no troubles with that. And then we move to the first part. That's this swing arm, and there sometimes I got, after I don't know, a year of use, I got a speed wobble. So that means the whole thing starts to shake when you're going like 30-35 kilometers an hour, which is really kind of scary. Then when you go to the shop, they say, yeah, it's a Load60, this model has that. And you're like, okay. So they will just tighten a bit these things, but don't do anything too much. My kid is still there, good. So moving on. So then one of the first things is these knobs wear out, obviously, and in the beginning they also fell off. So I see now they put some tape on to get a bit of better stickiness on there. Well, that's the first thing. Second thing in the front of this bicycle is that the hood is basically, I have 3 or so, and they're all leaking here. So that means when it rains a lot, you will have some wet seat for your kid. And it's basically because this seam is always letting through some drops. I mean, and this is pretty annoying. Then one thing that is also with this model particularly annoying is that these things here, in the version I got in the beginning, they were taped in. I was like, oh, why is that? Well, because they were poor quality, so they broke. So they put now new ones in, which were 12 euros, so that's not too much. And interestingly, when I got them first, they forgot these insets. And that means that here, from this hole here, this thing was sticking out, and it was basically preventing me from turn my bicycle. So that was wonderfully dangerous, and yeah. And then of course you can blame the shop, but you would not have that on a car, that you would be basically unable to steer because some idiot forgot to put on a thingy. So that's a pretty big thing. Then we move here to the seats. I find the seats not to fit these straps. They don't fit super nicely as compared to if you have these Thule seats. They fit a lot better. The Germans will probably say, also, Danny, du kannst es doch besser. You have to tighten it better, etc., etc. And I would say, well, I do the same kind of application of common sense for the Thule, and the Thule simply works a lot better. So the seats are also not optimal. Yes. So moving further, these things are hilariously only going to 7 or 10k. So after that it starts again, I guess. We'll see when I get there. Which is basically the summary of these bicycles. They're not made to go more than 10k. So if you spend like 8k on this, yeah, be ready that after 6 years you're gonna have to buy a new one. Yes, the Enviolo gear hub is pretty okay. I like it. When it freezes, sometimes it's a bit, you have to release it, but it was pretty much okay. The brakes are good. The mirror is, in my opinion, mandatory. The battery life is good. The only thing is, what you should realize, and I realized later, you should really inflate your tires properly, because then you get a much longer battery life. Because basically, the more it's deflated, the more the battery will compensate for the increased friction. So you want to optimize that. The suspension I found a bit like wobbly. So what I did, I put a seat post suspension on this, and it works. So now it's super smooth, like riding on a cloud. So super nice. The drivetrain, let me go to the other side here, is good, but I do notice after 7.5k that it's not as smooth as in the beginning anymore, and I would expect that after a few more thousands kilometers it will really become noticeable that you say, man, I need a new one, and you can then replace a part. But the reality is, if you have that to do that for so many parts, you probably just want to buy a new bicycle. So again, it's yeah, pointing that these things are not made to go more than 10k, which is a pity. All right, let's see what else we got. Oh yeah, this is also very beautiful, this fucking lock. So this is super poorly designed. I know, so the German engineers, nine, this is good designed. No, it's poorly designed. Why? These locks are not made to be installed horizontally. As you can see, it's corroded, and I can even, without the key in, there's no key inside the lock now, whereas I can simply, see, I can simply lock the bicycle without the key inside. See, no key inside. So I still have to replace that, but after a while you just get tired of replacing all the shit. So I wait for a while so I can do certain things together with my maintenance. Then we're not finished yet. So also what's interesting, if you take the bicycle off the stand and you forget to open the lock, what's interesting then is that you basically put an impact on the spokes, and then you basically fuck up the whole real wheel. So this is already, all the spokes have been replaced because they were breaking like crazy. You could say, but you are using it wrong. Well, I guess. I'm so sorry. I mean, I've been using bicycles since I was 3, and I just use them in current day life with my little beautiful child. He's somewhere over there, I guess. Yeah, that's him. So yeah, it's another thing where you say it could be better. Then we're not finished yet. These things, especially this one here, they're also poorly designed in the sense that at one point these things are not too strong, and this part will just break out here, and then you will have this thing sticking out. So this is the second. Hey, hello. Yeah, Papa, come my ass. I'm busy. Papa. Hey, I'm busy, brother. Yeah. Come on, bro. Here, look at the bicycle. How many things did Daddy replace already? This one? Heeft hij gemaakt? Nee. Jawel. So I already replaced this one, and then what they do is at the bottom they put a bigger washer. So hopefully the washer here will keep it in place longer. So then another thing is that if you look at the thing that is clasping to this rod here, you don't see it here, but you can imagine it's also getting loose. So at one point this whole thing starts to shake, and I solved that by just simply putting a bit of duct tape around this and then installing this thing again. So another poorly designed feature on this otherwise beautiful bike. Yeah, so that's the end of the bicycle. Yeah. Let me see. One thing that I did put on is I have these indicators that I kind of like to indicate I'm going right and left. Rod, super busy here. And that's it. I really like the design of this bicycle because it looks really sporty and not like you're driving some popmobile. Trying to ignore my child here. I hope you can do the same. Yeah. And but it is simply not a bicycle replacement. Sorry, a car replacement thingy. All right, hope this was insightful to you all. Oh wait, I forgot. Yeah. The seat, obviously, Selle Royale, they are very successful. They sell a lot of seats. Why? Because they break. The gel always comes out. So this is also the second seat I have on this bicycle already. Also, last thing I just remembered is these things come off easily. They're not unique to this bicycle. So if you have a child that then loses it, you have to buy a new one. And that's also very annoying. Anyway, I'm gonna go with my child. This was the Load60 review. Nice bicycle, but not a car replacement bicycle. See you later.